I was certain that Luke and Peter would not get along because Luke had just lost all the money Peter invested in a startup. And I was like,
What's
Luke,
that startup?
It's called Smart Cow. Of course, I've got
Smart
memory.
Cow.
It was a calendar. Like, remember the whole wave of like calendar companies?
Yeah.
It was one of those. It didn't work for anything, as far as I remember. But I remember hanging out in his office and kind of watching how a startup was shutting down, and it was really sad. So as Luke wound down Smart Cow, I told Peter kind of with trepidation, hey, but I never had investors up until this point. So I was really not familiar with this relationship you have with your investors if you lost their money. So I was telling Peter, hey, so Luke is a really bright dude. He's really worth trying to maybe work with again. I understand Smart Cow. You must. He's like, oh, of course. Yes, I should have thought of it myself. I'm like, oh, so you're not pissed at him? Like, no, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And so he recruited Luke while I went back to Illinois and recruited the two brightest kids I knew in college. So the first founding crew of PayPal was Peter and I, Luke and Kenny on the business side, and this guy, Russ Simmons, and another guy named Yupan. Yupan was the first engineer at YouTube. Russ Simmons was co-founder and CTO of Yelp, which is one of the ways I got involved with Yelp. But that's the makings of PayPal Mafia are in that list.